Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anu and this is ProDivinity 1111. Today's reading is on the next 3 months, as this was one of the top voted topics in my poll that I run on YouTube. So thank you for voting if you did. And also look out for new polls that I'll keep putting them on from time to time. So let's look at what's happening in the next 3 months. This is a general reading. Go ahead, pick one pile or multiple piles, whatever you're drawn to. Pile number 1 is the purple agate. Pile number 2 is the blue agate. And pile number 3 is the yellow agate. So I will see you right at your option. Hi, pile 1. This is for those of you that chose the purple agate. To take a closer look at it, and we will keep it somewhere over here. So let's see what we have for you for the next 3 months. I'm using the animal spirit cards for an overall overarching theme, and then we'll see what we have. Okay, so let's see what we have for you. We have the Panther. All right, very, very powerful energies. The Panther is a fire energy in this deck. This is the fire symbol. And talks about a lot of courage, a lot of feistiness, a lot of swift changes. When the Panther shows up, it's about swift changes. So, you know, it can feel like, all right, everything is changing too fast and it's moving too fast, but it's always for the good, right? So if you feel some changes appear in your environment out of your control, then the message here is usually to be very flexible and just pounce like the Panther, right? Pounce on your feet and be very quick on your feet. That's what I'm getting overall from this. But of course, most of this animal spirits also carry a very heavy touch of intuition, shall we say, a heavy touch. Panther is again somebody who hunts in the dark, can go be very stealthy, can go in the dark, can watch the environment, watch the elements around them very, very carefully and very quietly, observe, and also like they have very strong animal instincts. Okay, so the next 3 month period, you're being called to really pay attention to your animalistic instincts or your gut feelings, but also very swift changes. So let's see. I have a few cards that I've pre-pulled. I want to see what area this applies to in astrology. So for you, we have Mercury in the 7th house. Okay. So Mercury really talks about our mind, okay, our intellect, our thinking, our communications. It rules Gemini. So it's all about the intellect. And the 7th house is all about partnerships. Now, this can be romantic partnerships. So if you're single, you may be coming into a quick change around somebody that you meet. If you are in a relationship, this could be like taking it to the next level via perfect, or not perfect, none of us are perfect, via very tactful communications, because Mercury focuses on communications. This can also relate to business partnerships. So 7th house is all about partnerships, contracts, or people that you work with very closely. So these are close partnerships, be it romantic or business. So with these 3 cards here, the energy I'm getting is the next 3 month period, it'll be very helpful for you or beneficial for you if you rely on your gut instincts and use the energy of Mercury very tactfully to communicate yourself and present yourself in partnerships. Okay, so we like to tie it all together. And overall, if there are sudden changes in the area of partnerships, be it business or personal, you're being called to be very swift on your feet, because if there are sudden changes, they are in your benefit. That's what I'm getting. So you're very smart with Mercury showing up here, a very strong cerebral energy at this point. So tap into that and just be very quick on your feet if anything changes. So let's just see what the tea leaf oracles we have. We have Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. That is a beautiful energy. I like that. Then we have Money Path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. Ooh, interesting. I'm wondering if you have, if these are business-oriented partnerships that may be coming. Ooh, we have the rainbow. Wow, this pile, I love it. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Okay, another one I'm getting here, of course, rainbows are very, very positive no matter which deck they show up in. talks about the most difficult part of the situation is over. Panther also is about closing chapters, okay? So things that are moving out, things, people, materials, objects, places that are moving out of your life are actually not meant for you because you're meant to grow much more from that. There'll be rainbows after that, okay? And then we have Beetle. Oh my God, good fortune. Fantastic. These next 3 months have very, very positive energies for you. All these energies so far are so positive, especially around relationships or connections with other people. All right, so I would say know that if something is changing out, it is for the better because you have so much good fortune. A money path is opening up, and you're being protected against anything that may feel negative over here. And you have the rainbow coming up. Okay, so you are the Panther. Let's see what I'm going to do is, yeah, now I remember. There are 3 cards for each section. So we'll start with the overall, then career, then love. So let me just see what we have for the overall energies. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the Chariot and the 4 of Swords. Look at these beauties. Just look at these. So 10 of Wands, that's the same energy that we're getting from something is going to end, or a situation that's been very difficult. With the 10 of Wands is talking about putting down the burdens. You've done the whole climb, gone over the mountain. Now you're coming down and you're ready to put down these burdens. Okay, so this cycle is ending. Let it end. Cobweb here showing up as well. And once you end this, look at that, you have the Chariot. This is a major arcana, means this is going to be a big energy charging forward. Also, if you remember, we talked about the Panther is very quick on their feet and they hop very quickly. So, and the horses also represent freedom. So this will bring, once you end whatever this is, it could also be a habit, okay? It does not have to be something very monumental. But once you put that down, there'll be a lot of freedom for you in your life, and also being able to balance our head over heart, our shadow versus light aspects, but sheer willpower and also intuition that you're going to move forward. If you see this person is not really holding any reins, right? It's just from his sheer willpower and the connection, the intuitive connection, that his life is charging ahead. Okay, so that's coming up for quite a few of you. Like, put down these burdens and then you're going to be charged ahead. And once the burdens are down, and you'll be able to use the energy in the right areas, and then also be able to rest a lot, because the 4 of Swords talks about rest, rejuvenation, how she is in her nest, right? And kind of healing her heart, and just like has built like a little bit of a comfort zone within whatever she has. And this is not about genders, but really saying there is going to be a balance of wanting to preserve our energy and kind of analyzing where do we want to put that energy forward, right? That's where you need it in the Chariot and overall life. Excuse me, as you close chapters, you'll have a desire to quickly charge ahead, but also make time to rest and rejuvenate, because, you know, you can't give from an empty cup. I'm sure you're tired of hearing that from tarot readers or you know, inspirational leaders who really talk about self-care first, okay? That it is said for a reason. So that's what the overall is looking like. Very interesting. So now let's look into your career. What will be happening? Ooh, the World. There we go. Another ending, another new beginning. Going back to the 7th house. For some of you, this may be coming into a new job, it's possible, or a new partnership. This can also mean colleagues that you're coming in connection with. Or any like business adventures or anything that you've been, it could also be like a side hustle that you're thinking about. Okay, so any of those, you're definitely walking through a new portal and leaving the old things behind. There's going to be a lot of joy, and regeneration is the word that I'm getting from this, because of the snake is a symbol of regeneration, right? So it sheds its skin, and it's like an endless loop, right? If you keep leveling up to the next level. And as you grow, you shed your skin, and you embrace the fresh new energies, and then you grow further. Then again, you reach another milestone and you shed your skin, right? So there is good development on the career side. I'm getting, for those of you who are not looking to change your career or your profession, the message I'm getting is, if something comes up, be at least keep your heart space open, be willing to walk through that portal. Do you know what I mean? Because this really represents portals to me, and that means like entering a new door. So even if you're not looking, but something comes your way, this is just like spirit nudging you to like be open, and you never know what that may bring. Okay, so just be open to at least a conversation, because this represents people, right? The seventh house represents other people. So that's what I'm getting. But for those of you who are intentionally doing it, pretty good. 10 of Wands, charging ahead and creating a new chapter. Intuition again, the moon. Oh, that's what I'm getting again. That's why I was getting this over here. So there may be some changes that are not apparent to you at the moment. Something could be brewing under the surface when the moon shows up, right? Like how she's immersed underwater. This can sometimes talk about how we're overwhelmed by our emotions and are not really seeing the bigger picture, things that are going to come to light. Again, you have the white and the black here. So the head over heart and the light and shadow aspects, just like the Chariot over here. So this also talks about patience and healing and following your gut feeling, going back to the animal instinct. So just hang tight, or just like lay low, whatever the term you prefer. There are going to be things that are going to come to light that you have not or may not have anticipated yet. So be flexible, but know that, a lot of growth happens in those pauses, in those moments where things seem confusing and dark. The universe is working round the clock to put you in front of the right opportunities, even though you may not see it. Okay, so career-wise, some paths are opening up. And then we have the Two of Wands. Wow. Oh, wow. I love this. Two of Wands to me is expansion. It's choices. It's direction. You literally will have the world at your fingertips, right? As I said, for some of you, there may be some surprises in the terms of opportunities coming. Could be two options. You may feel like, for example, if I interpret this, she already has a current profession, career, and then there's another one waiting. So it's a do I stay, do I go type of energy in career. And a lot of times it's very personal, right? So take it as it resonates, but sometimes we are very adamant about staying where we are because it checks so many boxes, and that's important, right? To have that structure, to have a stability, to have a secure income. We have to take care of family, we have financial obligations, absolutely makes sense. What Spirit is saying, just be open. It may actually spark some interesting avenues for you, and whether or not you choose is fine, but just don't be in indecision, because this can be an energy of being at a crossroads where we stall our decisions a bit more. So just be open to that and think through it, sleep on it at night, sleep on it, and then just make a decision. Otherwise you'll be just torn. Do I stay, do I go? Or if it's a main job and a side hustle, you can do both, but you just have to make a decision. That's what this is talking about. But there are avenues that'll be opening up for you. Okay. That's on the career front. So far, so good. Let's see what's happening in love. Ooh, this is for single people. Options. There may be a lot of options opening up for you. Seventh house, 7 of cups, and the number 7 here with the Chariot. If you are seeing 777, go and watch my reading on repeating numbers. There's likely going to be some messages for you there. I just put it out on all repeating numbers that people usually see. But this talks about options, choices, but can also be confusing, right? It can also be called a confusing energy, where we're called to not go with the most shiny object or person, but with what really is valuable to us. Let's look at the other cards first. We have Judgment. Ooh, Major Arcana. I like that. I like that. So be true to yourself, who you truly are. And then seven of wands. Wow. Another seven. So we have 7, 7, 7, 7. Guys, very spiritual group. You have very strong intuition. Even though you may not see it that way, you may not understand what it means. As I always say, don't get into the vibration of the word, rather the notion, right? So let's start here. This one is, I'm almost like feeling, okay, I'm going to start here. I take that back. Let's start with the judgment energy. The judgment, look at how she's kind of like birthing out, or she's like flying out, right, from her center. This is calling you to say, all right, whatever situation may have been in the past, now you're really being called to burst out of those boundaries. Okay, this is no longer a time to stay hidden and stay small when it comes to love, relationships, and even friends, right? But you need to be very true to yourself, and like, what exactly, who are you, what does it mean to be your authentic self in a relationship, and not having to always adapt to the other person. That's very important. So judgment is, what is your true calling, what is your true identity? It's time to come out and shine around that. And then these two sevens for me starts here with the judgment on the 7 of wands. This is almost the opposite of what the card is saying. Again, I'm an intuitive reader, but please do feel free to take the energies as you feel fit. But this is telling me it is no longer the time to look away. So it's almost, to me, I'm reading this in the reverse, because that's the strong hint I'm getting from Spirit over here. This is the time to drop your boundaries and actually open up to the opportunities around you. There may be, again, we're still kind of coming out of the pandemic, so it's been hard for single people out there to go out and date or whatever. I don't know about apps and stuff. So it's been difficult, but we've been holding back. We've been holding ourselves back. This is, again, Spirit, for those of you who are single, saying, okay, now drop the shields. You no longer have to put your face away, almost like she's facing him, which is very interesting. So stop looking away from people. It is time to drop those guards, those boundaries, and come out and shine as your true self. And you'll be surprised at how many options there are. For those of you who are already in a connection, again, the judgment energy stands, right? So pay attention to where you've been adapting and bending over backwards and kind of like hiding your own needs for the other person. It is time to come out and talk about it very, very openly. It may feel a little confusing at first on how to carry that on, but just be true to yourself and not worry about what people may say, or what the friend circle or what the family may say. Rather, just hold your ground. Okay, what is your authentic self? And tactfully, honorably, using the mercurial energy, have that conversation with your partner so we can clear out the confusion. So I'm getting like a lot of throat chakra blockage right now, right? So again, you're the first group. I've not been speaking for hours, so I really take those as cues. So there may be something that you're not expressing, but now would be the time in the next 3 months to embrace your authenticity, not worry about the people or what they're going to judge or say, because they're always going to judge. So who cares, right? And this is your life and your partners. So come out and have those conversations. You have Mercury and the 7th house. So partnerships are going to be pretty important. And with these two showing up here, communication is going to be key in all relationships. This is probably not the next 3 months, or not the time where you want to keep yourself small. You need to come out and rise and charge ahead, okay? All right, so let's close out your reading with an animal message for you. Number 48, Porcupine Spirit, time for beginner mind. Oh, wow, there we go. So that's what we had, endings and beginnings, and we have rainbows, and we have so many, like walking through a new portal, charging ahead. So time for a beginner mind. Get into that energy where also like like with the porcupine, you know how they have those spikes, right? But in this one, it's kind of closed, like they're not flared out. That's taking me back to this energy. Is like there's no longer a time to stay in that defensive mode with your spikes up, okay? It's time to retract them and be in an energy of wanting to learn, and see what else the universe brings to you in general, overall. So that's your spirit animal message. I hope this helps. If you made it this far, do hit the subscribe button and share with a friend of two, if that makes sense. I wish you much love and light. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, group 2. This is for those of you who chose the blue agate. Look at you. You can look at the stone right here. Oh, I have a lot of blue on me today. I wonder what this pile is going to tell us. All right, so I'm just going to put it over here and see what we have for you. I'm using these as a leader energy card. These are from the Animal Spirit Oracle. So let's see what we have for you. Pile 2, we have the Bat Spirit. Very nice. And this is air energy. It's a lot of thoughts, a lot of intellectual energy or cerebral energy. But the bat showing up really talks about, you may have felt that things were really slow, okay? But that's going to change in the next 3 months. The bat is similar to scorpionic energy. So there is a phoenixing moment. If you look at the colors also, so you know, things kind of just burn out and then the phoenix rises. So I know I'm comparing it to a phoenix, but that's the energy I get. The bats are very good at the pause, and that's what I'm getting. So you know, the way the book describes is actually very beautiful. It talks about how the bat really waits for the sun to go down and then just for the first moonlight to come out before it just comes out. But when it comes out, it's very swift. It just comes and, you know, gets its chores done, so to speak. So the bat also talks about endings and beginnings, but very, very swift. Okay, the way, if you and again, always like look in nature at any animal spirits patterns or behaviors in nature. That'll tell you what characteristics you may want to adapt in your day-to-day. So for example, bats, if you see them flying out of a cave, they just come zipping out, right? They're fast. They're very, very fast. And that's what it's showing me, is like, it's time, if some chapters are ending, no matter which area of your life, it is time to swiftly close them and move on. You know, don't wait for closures. Don't wait for whatever, putting a bow on it. No, it's done. It's done. It's in the past. It doesn't exist anymore. Spirit, like, really, the energy is really big. What I'm getting right now is like Spirit is asking you, that's it, enough. Stop giving your beautiful energy to things that happened in the past. That chapter is over, or those chapters are over. Be like the bat, quickly go and start the new chapter. Ooh, that was very, very big, powerful energy coming your way. So embrace that. That is really good. Stay in that energy. So let's see what astrological houses or planets may be influencing you over the next 3 months. We have, Saturn. Big father energy. I'll talk about this. So Saturn is a bit of a heavy energy. It talks about responsibility, work, day to day. I'll get into it. I want to see what this is. Oh my gosh, 10th house. All right. Saturn rules Capricorn, which is the 10th house. This is heavy career, responsibility type energy. I mean, Saturn governs our career, our standing. 10th house is our social status. So I want to also say it's not just about career, because the term status can also show up in personal relationships, okay? But usually, most of the time, it's about your public standing, your public title. But if you want to think about it, we also have titles related to our relationships, right? Single, dating, complicated, whatever. Sidebar, go watch my love readings, love picker cards. I have them on each of those topics. So with Saturn showing up, there may be some heavy energy around evaluating what can we sustain for the long term. Saturn is a long-term planet. It moves very slowly. It asks us to examine our long-term plans, our responsibilities, our authenticity. And a lot of times can affect your career and your relationships, like your primary relationship, your spouse or your partner. plays a huge role there because it is testing you. It is testing you. I actually saw one astrologer one time say that, you know, when Saturn is in your sign, is constantly like sitting there like a mortar and pestle and seeing, all right, is this really you? If not, things are going to just like, it's going to keep building that pressure unless you let things go. So with the bat showing here, I think, I mean, initially I thought it was all career, but I'm also getting relationship for quite a bit of you. So these two talk about relationship status, work status, your titles, your public title. Like, it doesn't have to be like, you know, published somewhere. What I mean is like, what title do you use or status do you use for your friends and family to identify yourself? That's where Saturn is showing up and is going to kind of keep building a little bit of pressure unless you put chapters to an end that don't resonate with you anymore. And when that happens, that's when you want to step into the bad energy to like quickly fly out of it. Okay, interesting. Okay, I'm really curious to look at your cards. I don't look at it, guys. I just like pull them out so I can be as surprised as you, especially with the tarot and these things. So we have the Tea Leaf Oracle. We have the Boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. That sounds like Saturn to me. Hard work, hard work. That's what Saturn tells us. And we have the Claw. Be careful. Do not take risks. So I think this again goes with a little bit of the Saturn energies. Like Saturn this is a very Uranian energy, the Uranus energy, where, you know, there's surprises and quick movements. That's what Uranus asks us to do. Saturn is the opposite. Saturn is like, nah, hold on. Have you thought it through, right? So I think that's heavy influence over here. Let's see, we have the Boat. Ooh, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. All right, coming right with the 10th house. So some of you may be getting a promotion, maybe getting a raise. There may be a contract going through for those of you who are in a business or something like that, or inheritance as well, like literally this says. Winning a lottery, I don't know. Let me know, comment below if you do. And then you have the Tank card. Celebration, fun, enjoyment. All right, I am totally at loss of what this word means, but it looks like a mighty you know, like a beer mug, one of those very old medieval times ones. So there's definitely celebration, fun, and enjoyment coming. So very interesting. So here's what I'm getting there. Ooh, okay, guys. Sorry, I'm like too much ooh and ah today. The Bat is sitting right in the middle of Saturn and 10th house. Saturn is heavy energy and is talking about, hey, put in the hard work, don't take crazy risks. And the Bat comes along with ending those cycles very quickly and gets you into a whole different status where you'll have money and prosperity coming your way and a lot of celebration. So this is like a almost like a public limelight type of thing. And by public, I mean like friends and family, okay? Or maybe some of you in the public too. Comment below. Don't forget me when you get famous. So that's what I'm seeing. It's almost like a pivoting moment in the next 3 months where you're coming out of this very heavy period and getting into a much lighter fun, a lot of fun and enjoyment and celebration and enjoying the prosperity. Some of you may also be traveling. That's coming through. Okay, so now we're going to get into 3 areas: overall, career, and love with tarot. So let's see what we have. The first 3 cards for overall. Ooh, yes, guys. I should call you pile ooh and ah instead of pile 2. So you have 6 of Wands. Literally, public recognition. That's what this is. This is when you are really awarded and or kind of like recognized for all the hard work you've put in. The 6 comes after the 5, and the 5 is about the battle energy, okay? The 6 of Wands usually is a warrior who's returned victorious from a battle, right? So it doesn't come easy. It's just not just like sitting on your behind is not how you get this crown. You actually have to go and work hard. So there's recognition coming for you in whatever area this applies to. If this is with family where, you know, if they have kind of questioned you on things or your methods or your, let's say, like my family thinks, you know, I have some madness, and I'll say, no, I have a method to my madness, right? So people around you are going to recognize you for your effort. So it looks like very positive movement in that direction. Then we have the Princess of Swords, and then we have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, there may be. This is interesting. So there's definitely something new coming along. It talks about passion or career or just like there's a spark. Okay, I feel, and with the Princess of Swords, which is like the Page of Swords, is all about new ideas. So you'll be embracing on some either new ideology or just a mind shift. And I feel this is going to come from this heaviness going away. Once you come out and feel that you're getting the results from all the hard work, you're going to feel a lot of relief. And the Ace of Wands represent the fire in our spirit. Okay, that's our soul. But there's a new spark. So this could be a pivotal moment. And again, I can't time it, but this is happening all within the next 3 months where you're putting heavy cycles down, you're coming, you're being recognized. And with that, you're following your passion and learning something new. And the Princess of Swords is very open to new ideas and new learning. But at the same time, like you'll be very happy and inspired. And then at the same time, be recognized for all the hard work or even for your ideologies. If that has not been the case so far, that stuff is shifting for you. Okay, so that's in the overall. Let's look at your career, which is the actual 10th house. So we have 8 of Swords, we have the 7 of Cups, and then we have the 7 of Pentacles. Another pile with multiple sevens. So a little self promo here. Go watch my repeating numbers video. I just posted it a week ago, a couple weeks ago, I don't remember. But that if you're seeing 777, that'll definitely have some messages for you. But this is talking about, this is time to stop holding yourself back. 8 of Swords, that time is over. You need to break free. And I think with this Ace of Wands and this Princess of Swords here, it's a mind shift where you have to, this is all mental energy, right? This can also kind of go back to the Saturn energy where we feel trapped, where we feel like, you know, we have no way out, we can't move forward. We may have felt like we're stuck in a place. For example, in career, this can be like, you may have been in a profession or a company for a very long time and may not be seeing progression. And so we feel stuck and we start doubting our own self-worth. So this is talking about, you're going to break away from that. And I realized in the last pile, I had the orientation opposite. So this is interesting. It may be, if you saw that pile, it's a quick turnover from you, a complete shift. It's like a, what is that word? It's like a quantum leap, okay? Some of you may benefit from those meditations, which are like the quantum jump meditations or quantum leap meditations. They're also like very fun manifesting techniques with the look up water cup quantum jump or something like that. It's called that. That helps really release some of the traps, if you believe that stuff. And then again, it's like, there are more options than you realize in your career or in your profession. You have the 7 of Cups and another 7 of Pentacles, right? Let's talk about both of these. Your hard work is going to pay off, guys. Like hands down, hands down. The 7 of Pentacles talks about, look at how she's watering, and you know, it starts with 1 pentacle and grows and grows and grows. And oftentimes when we reach the 7, we are thinking, oh, do I keep watering or do I just stop? This is not going to grow any further. But with these energies surrounding you, the answer, what I'm getting for most of you, which is very different from pile 1, I feel this is a place where you'll grow exactly where you are. Again, take it as it resonates. In career, there are more avenues opening up for you in the profession or the career that you are, even though you may have felt a little trapped. This may have taken a very long time to come, but the results are coming. So don't give up. This is not the time to quit. That was literally all Daddy Saturn testing us and pressuring us and, you know, putting us literally through the pressure test of times. But you will feel a lot of release with the 6 of Wands also over here. A lot of release from the pressures in the career sector. So things are going to really start looking up for you. Continue on this path. That's the energy I'm getting strongly. But of course, it's free will, right? So I'm just reading the energies that I get. If you feel like you need to go in a different direction, don't hold yourself back. That's for those of you, okay? But overall, with these showing up, I heavily feel it. And by the way, I have Saturn in my sign. I'm a Capricorn, and Saturn has been sitting in my sign, I don't know for how many years. So I feel you. All right, so let's see what's happening in your love life. We have, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. 7 of Wands. I think pile 1 also had the same 3 sevens. Yes, exactly same 3 sevens. So you may have watched pile 1. But this is so interesting. All right, 7 of Wands. Whoops, the 8 of Wands is running away because we're breaking free. We have 7 of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups. This is the love sector that we work in. And then we have the High Priestess. Okay, guarding your emotions is what I'm getting with these energies. You have a lot of water, and you may feel like you're holding your ground. In a positive sense, let's talk about that first. Those of you who are single, you may be being approached quite a bit with this card showing up here. Look at how she's standing. She's standing and there are all these people coming at her, and it's like, no, I'm not ready. Okay, that's what the card depicts. And this may be, actually, I'm getting a similar feeling. It's not the time to keep your guard up. It is not the time. I feel like, and this is the energy I was getting in the previous pile too, it's time to open up. It's time to open up from those being guarded, because look at this. No matter what you do, they're going to get a lot of recognition, whether it be in relationships or friendships or society or dating arena. If you're single, things are opening up. You're being called to be in this positive Queen of Cups energy, which is very generous, which is very emotional, very loving, very kind. And has a very open heart space, okay? Like, look, she's not crossing her hands at all. She's just sitting with arms open and actually offering her cup, right? So very, very generous energy, very divine feminine energy. And then with the High Priestess, the High Priestess is highly intuitive. So tap into your intuition. It is a major arcana. And it talks about, if you put these 3 together, it's really saying, look, don't close your heart. Don't be in the 7 of Wands energy. And I'll get to the couples next, but this is for the singles. Don't close your energy. Be generous yourself. Your intuition would automatically tell you who to choose and who not to choose. So don't worry about that. Don't let your emotions or even your past experiences hold you back. Now is the time to come out and shine, okay? All right. For those already in a connection, again, it's the same energy. It may have felt heavy because of Saturn being here, and also with the Queen of Cups showing up. When the Queen of Cups is in imbalance, they feel overly emotional and kind of buried under pressure, like emotional pressure of responsibilities and things like that, right? But this High Priestess talks about balance as well. And for those of you in a connection, you're being called to, with generosity, open up your heart and try to lower the boundaries in the connection a little bit, because whether or not, whichever way it goes, it won't move or have any momentum without having a conversation. So for some of you, I'll put it out there, of course, it's not for everyone. For some of you, you may know the voice within. The High Priestess has been telling you something needs to end, and you may just have been on guard, but like holding that emotion back, okay? So your emotions, you may be like really overpowering you. This is for those of you who need to end something. Remember, the bat is here. Talks about swift closures, if that is you. If not, for others of you who are already in a connection and it's it seems healthy, I see a little bit of a stalemate here because of the 7 of Wands. So it's time to open up. That's what I'm getting. It is time to open up and talk about the feelings, because the High Priestess talks about hidden wisdom. She doesn't share it openly. It's not about the gender, but the persona is the wisdom, and the knowledge just stays under wraps until it's time to reveal those, okay? So for those of you who are in a connection which is healthy by your definition, if you feel there's a little bit of stalemate going on, or things have been stagnant, or like the spark is missing, that's because both parties need to express themselves a little bit more and open up. For those who know it needs to end, it needs to end, and the conversation needs to happen very objectively and not letting the emotions overpower you, but like intellectually having that conversation, so you no longer have to feel that you have to hold your boundaries up. And this is kind of like, you know, stepping carefully, tiptoeing around the issue, so that's coming through. But for those of you who are single, get out, get ready to mingle, because this is like asking you to open up. All right, let's close our reading with an animal spirit card. Ooh, look at that. Yes, we have the Bree spirit. Oh my God, another 7. You guys pile ooh ah. Literally, if I were to do a summary, that's what I'm going to tell you. 7, 7, 7, 7. Crazy. 2 piles have gotten 7s, 4 7s, in different positions. Just I am just blown away. Please go watch my repeating numbers reading. You'll definitely find some messages there. And if you also see other repeating numbers, I have some explanations on why you see them, and then some quick reading on the current situation. So the Bee Spirit says, sweet results await. This is what Saturn brings. Saturn will make you work hard and hard and hard and hard. And then ultimately, when you're like at the breaking point, that's when the sweet results arrive. Okay, so don't give up. This is not the time to give up. I think I was getting this with the other pile too. Not the time to give up. You're going to get into very sweet results. You have the boat. But literally, some of you may be getting a boatload of money, maybe a promotion coming through, but there's going to be a lot of celebration, fun, and enjoyment based on all the hard work that you put in. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile 2. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it, and share it with a friend or two if possible. All right, see you in the next one. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who chose the yellow agate, or gold, if you want to call it. This is your reading. We're gonna just pop this over here. All right, so let's see what we have. I'm using these animal spirit cards to be the leading energy for the next 3 months for you. Ooh, and it matches the stone. You have the fox. I do not do this intentionally, okay? I draw the cards, I put them away, and then I do whatever I do. So you have earth energy around you. The fox spirit is again talking about, so I want to talk about the earth first, because the foxes are very family oriented. They're, you know, similar to the wolves. They have a very family oriented what do you call it, mentality, or they're very protective of their families. Okay, they will go out and hunt and get resources to provide for their family. That's important. So for the next 3 months, some of you may be really focusing on the 4th house energy and home and family and those type of foundation type of things. That's the earthy part of it. The other part, which is kind of interesting and a little bit different, is the fox is the most flexible animal, or well, one of the most flexible animals. And, you know, they can survive in a city environment. So, you know, you'll sometimes see them in like corporate buildings running around, and you'll see them in the jungle. So they have a very strong adaptability skill in them. And of course, they're very family oriented. So those are the 2 things I'm getting, that the next 3 months, again, you're being called to be flexible, be very adaptable, and not stay in one energy for too long, and just go with the flow. Just go with the flow, just move along with the changes. And then, you know, you'll be very happy being around friends and family, because it's very family oriented. So earth element is what we are getting for this group. Let's see what astrology is happening for you. I want to get into, see what the houses or planets we have. Ooh, we have solar eclipse. Okay, that talks about changes. You know, it's kind of like, you know, everything becomes dark and then the light comes out. So this can be big energy or big changes or surprises sometimes. I want to see what else we have. And we have Aquarius. Very nice, very, very similar. The Aquarius is, we are, by the way, in the, it's called the age of Aquarius, where it's all about expansion and growth and evolution. Okay, so this is all about doing things which are good for the greater good. Okay, so not just ourselves, but also the people around us. It's a very collective energy, and with the solar eclipse showing up here, I feel like whatever changes come your way, you're being called to think of it from a bigger perspective, okay, not just your personal goals. And I think if the fox is showing up, you're not that type of person who will be just very, very individually oriented. You know, you will definitely think through those, but this is what it's saying. There's very supportive energy and good, big, let's not say big. I don't like to use those words because that usually scares people. Swift changes. There may be some good surprises, hidden surprises that come in the next 3 months, which will have a wider impact. Aquarius is an air energy, so it moves very fast and you cannot contain air, if you want to think about it that way. So it'll have much bigger impact and lasting energies for you and your loved ones. But it may be a surprise. Something that you're not seeing yet is going to come to light with the solar eclipse, and that's why the fox energy is here, kind of asking you to stay flexible and fluid. But you got this, because the foxes are the most adaptable and, dare I say, very adorable as well to me. So that's the overall energy. I want to see what else we have going on here. So let's look at the tea leaf oracles. We have the vine. Seek out information that will help you. Yes, that is interesting. So with the solar eclipse, as I said, I was getting the feeling of this may not be something that you foresee. So just look out for information. Just be open to information at this point, because we have the sun, happiness and well-being. Guys, sun is the happiest card in no matter what deck you look at, okay? And we have the solar eclipse. So information will bring everything to light for you. That is going to be very positive and happy. It's going to bring you a lot of happiness, and I feel like strongly for everybody involved in the situation, okay? Let's see what else we have. We have the broom. Ooh, new home, new attitude. So it's possible some of you may be moving, because we're getting that home energy very strongly with the fox here. And this could be, for example, something where you may have put in a contract for a, what is it called? An offer for a home, and you all of a sudden get it. So all of a sudden you have a new home. I think with the broom showing up here, it like gives like an energy of cleaning up, cleaning house a little bit. So, you know, some of you, it could be like a fixer upper. I don't know. I'm getting a lot of messages right now. But also attitude. That is an important one with the flexibility of the fox coming up. So don't stay stagnant in your energy in the next 3 months. If things need to get out of your life or of your system, let them just clear out, because the more you clear out, the broom usually talks about clearing out, and it's reminding me of other oracle decks. And it really says clear the energy physically, mentally, emotionally, so you can invite the new energies in. But this one says new home and new attitude overall. Okay, and then, oh wow, we have the carrot, opportunity or windfall. I am really amazed. Oh, this I usually, the tea leaf cards are the ones that are the most surprising to me. I don't use them often, and they always carry like a bit of a positive and a negative, but this pile has all positive ones. The only thing I'm looking for is the wine. So be open to information, because things may not be super available to you or clear to you right now, but they will pop up. So just try to uncover some information. For example, if for some of you were trying to get into, let's say, a home, or this could even be profession or relationship, and it's almost like there's a long drawn silence, feel free to follow up with them, because there may be something else that may be happening and may actually go in your favor. So you never know, you know, it's just like following up helps quite a bit. All right. So now let's look into tarot. We're going to start with 3 cards for our overall for the next 3 months. What do we have? Oh my gosh. Spirit has been on point today. I love this. We have the 4 of Wands. This is the home and family card, okay? Happy home, happy family. This is also my 1111 card. It's all about celebrations, okay? Again, for some of you, this could be a new house. This could be happiness in a home, money coming through, some windfall that helps you buy your home that you were wanting. But this is happy, healthy relationships. Very high alignment, walking through that gateway, that portal where you can go and celebrate. Okay, so there's some celebration overall for you and for the people around you fourth house energy. Very interesting, because Aquarius is also bigger impact, as I said. We have Aquarius, we have home, and we have home showing up 2 times. Interesting. What else do we have? We have the 3 of Wands. This is expansion, this is travel, this is forward momentum and being ready to receive the results of all that we have put in. So if you've been waiting on something, that is going to come to light. Do you see the sun over here? And this, now do you see it? There's a sun shining over here, right? The sun is going to come out on things that may not have been clear to you so far, but all that information is going to come forward. May feel like a long time coming, because the 3 of Wands is a bit of a waiting energy, right? So we may have been waiting on things, and those are going to come through or fall through positively for you. And let's see what we have. The Ace of Pentacles. So that's there's a new beginning. Aces talk about the solid seeds that we plant that grow into the 10 of Pentacles eventually, right? So for some of you, this could be a surprise offer. And I say a surprise because of the solar eclipse. Do you see how this pentacle looks like this card over here? Yeah, something very surprising, but very fortuitous, if that's the word, is coming your way. Or if you, whatever you plant this time is actually going to grow. It's going to be very, very positive for you and for your connections, for your closed ones, because this is going to be a divine offer. There's a hand that's offering this, and it's coming out, right, very angelically, and she's just delighted. Oh my God, my ace is here. So there is some new beginning. Could also be like new attitude, as we talked about, that you may shift your mindset all of a sudden, and you may just like be in a different vibration. Again, like the more positive you are, the more positive you attract. So I'm getting there's some solid seed that will present itself to you, that will grow over time and bring you a lot of hope, happiness in your home and family front. And also this may have been something that has been a long time coming with the 3 of Wands over here. 3s are also about expansion. So if you're expanding your family, that could be for some of you who want to have children or pets or anything like that. It talks about expansion and growth because, again, for you guys, I'm getting the, if you want to go watch my repeating numbers reading, I talk about what do means when you see 333, because 1, 2, and 3 is when the first time you can actually form a shape. So 3 is all about expansion and creating things, okay? Overall, you may also be coming into new connections, people, with the Aquarius energy being here, because it's a very friend, community-based energy. So maybe you're coming into that as well. All right, so take what fits, because it's a general, it just takes a lot. So let's look at what's happening in your career. Wow, we have the Ace of Swords, new ideas, new projects, new beginnings, something that you really look forward to. We have the 10 of Swords, so ending old and beginning new. There you go. That's the adaptability of the fox, ending old things or going from one environment to another. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. So this kind of shows me if you have felt a little stressed, well, it's not little with the 10 of Swords showing up over here. If you felt it's been quite a bit on the work front, that is going to break through, because the Ace of Swords also talks about a breakthrough moment. So there'll be a breakthrough moment or even a break free moment for some of you where something heavy is going to end. Let it end. Don't linger in the energy of like, why did that happen? You know, for example, this could be a management change, right? Where the previous management may have been very annoying and now they're no longer there. Spirit is just asking you, like, you know, that was meant to just be there for you to grow, to learn new lessons, but now just take the lesson and move on, and don't think about, so what next? You know, why isn't something happening to them? Like, don't stay in the past energy with the 10 of Swords, rather get into the new mindset. For example, going back to that thing, if there's new management, truly, honestly, tactfully work through the new management and set yourself up as your identity, okay, as your true self, and not try to undo any past perceptions, okay, because you're still playing the past. So that's what I'm getting. It's very interesting messages. So Spirit is really asking you to like have a fresh mindset. Oh, that's why we have this here, the new attitude. That's what this is about. It's like, all right, the past is in the past. I don't care. I want to start fresh in this place. Similarly, could be for projects, or could be anything like that. Okay, people, colleagues, where the difficult projects or difficult things are ending, and you're being called to like just have a very fresh perspective in whatever you do next, even if it's in the same place. And with the Two of Pentacles, again, is talking about there's going to be a perfect balance. I know a Two of Pentacles sometimes talks about doing A versus B, but with this, I'm getting the energy of like, if you really stay flexible, like the fox, you're more than capable of handling a couple of things on your plate. Okay, so you are more than capable of juggling different aspects. For some of you, this could be like a real job, and I'm sorry, all jobs are real. I meant like a full-time job versus a hobby, a side hustle, a hobby like I do, right? This is my hobby, it is my calling, but I do have another job as well, on a regular job. So you can definitely balance the two, as long as you're very honest and truthful to yourself. Like, stay aligned. Don't let it build up into a burden or a responsibility. If this is on your terms, it is on your terms, and you are the one who calls the shots. So a lot of messages there in the career in front, but what I see, tough cycles ending, new beginnings coming, or new perspective. You're being called to be in that fresh energy and be able to balance it all. And for those of you who do still feel overwhelmed, then it's time for you to drop a pentacle. Okay, drop one project and say, all right, this is insane. I can't stay happy and healthy and balanced if I do so much. So I'm going to put something to a side and I'll revisit it later. So that's what I'm getting for some of you. Wow. Whew, interesting messages. I love it. So, wow. Okay. On the love and career front, I want to look at all the cards first. We have the Tower, so some surprises. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Man, this seven has showed up in every single pile in different locations, but Seven of Pentacles has showed up everywhere. And then we have the High Priestess also, like the other pile that I did. So, it's not scary. It's not scary. I'm just processing. There's a lot of information in these cards. So with the High Priestess sitting underneath all this, the High Priestess knows the message within. All right, so I'm going to take this High Priestess as you. You already know what this is first for those of you who are in a relationship already, okay, in a love relationship already. Those of you who are in a relationship, you already know the ins and outs of your own psyche and the health of the relationship. The High Priestess possesses all the knowledge within her. She does not need to ask anybody. Mostly it's just confirmation, but her intuition is very strong. She knows there is a balance between the light and the dark aspects of us, which can sometimes be head over heart, okay? So there's something going on here where you may feel, and this is again like a portion of you, you may feel you put in a lot into this relationship with the Seven of Pentacles here. Okay, so you put in a lot into this relationship, and this is the energy of like, look at how this person is looking at the Pentacles and contemplating, do I go further? Is it going to grow, or do I just stop it? The answer lies within. Okay, whether keep investing or whether call it off, the answer lies within. Now, with the Tower showing up here, I know there's nothing scary about the Tower. What Spirit is really saying is use that inner knowledge, that inner feeling, that gut feeling when you're evaluating the state of the relationship, and then make a call. Whether there's an opportunity to rebuild our foundations within the same relationship, which is a very strong communication and, openness from both sides, whether that's the situation that needs to move forward, or the opposite, where this foundation has been too shaky for too long and needs to crumble down and henceforth call it off, right? Those answers are within you. It is not my job to tell you how to do that, right? But you have the answers within. And I know I'll get a few dislikes on this, but these are triggering because we know there is truth to them. Trust me, I've been there, done that. There is absolutely no judgment from me. But I have to honor the messages I get from spirit. So some of you are in a spot where it's been going on this way for too long, and you would be waiting for signs. Okay, you may be waiting for signs for someone to come and tell you what to do next, and spirit is saying you already know what needs to happen. Okay, that's what this is for those of you who are in a difficult relationship. For others of you who are in a positive relationship, which seems healthy to you from your perspective, this is saying continue to invest in that. You know, be very open with each other, with the High Priestess, and not holding ourselves back. It's almost asking you to like present yourself, communicate more openly, so the both parties can really invest properly in that and invest in your foundation. Okay, you know, you'd be surprised with like subtle changes that you make, the both of you, how beautiful this foundation turns out to be and how strong this tower or this building is going to turn out to be, because you do have the Four of Wands and new home, new attitude, right? So for some of you, you're actually breaking through any problems by communicating effectively with each other. So that's the other side of it. For my beautiful single people, not that my couples are not beautiful, you are all beautiful if you're on my channel, okay? Believe it, believe it. For singles, it is time to actually open up. And this is funny because I've been getting this energy in all the piles in one way or another, because this tells me you've been all work and no play. Okay, all work and no play, just work, 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 grind, grind, grind. And of course, it has also been difficult with the pandemic for single people, right? So I understand that. But this is Spirit saying, no longer sit in this closed energy, because the High Priestess, you know, always keeps the knowledge within. It's hidden. She does not come out forth. What is it? Forthright? Is that the word? Like she's not shouting on top of rooftops about what she knows, but she's also like, it's a very hidden energy. Okay, with the moon, the High Priestess is not out grabbing attention. Okay, it's not a very, she does not enjoy being the center of attention. Okay, so it's time to close that chapter. And when you do, like, close the chapter of like hiding and just being all work no play, when you come out of this energy, you'll be surprised at how quickly Spirit brings you these connections, or at least like people, right? At least start opening up. There are quite a few interesting surprises with the Tower. Tower brings us surprises, okay? I feel this could be somebody in, I'm going to say it, somebody in your workplace, actually, for some of you, that may come forward and offer you, like make an offering. What is that called? Like ask you out on a date. I'm totally losing my words. So that may be very, very surprising to you. Or this could be a friend that you never thought of as somebody who may be interested in you. That may happen. So just stay open. Don't stay closed. It is time to get out of a little bit of energy of like all work and no play. Just break that pattern away, because you have the sun here, you have the solar eclipse. So there could be some very surprising, good, happy surprises that may come out. And of course, you know, you're just being called to have a new attitude. I can't keep looking away. I can't help look at that term over there that keeps saying new attitude. So just open up to that. So I know a lot of messages, but there are different groups of people who watch this. So it was like a bombardment of messages. All right, so let's see what we have for your closing message from Animal Spirit. We have number 13, Cat Spirit, claim your independence. This adds up to a 4. You have 4 and 4, and then you also have the new home. To me, that's a 4th house energy. Please do watch my repeating numbers reading. That'll help you. But the Cat Spirit, oh, wow. Claim your independence. Okay. You know, if this is you, if you've been like the first scenario that I was talking about, where you may have felt you've invested a lot in a relationship, and it's not going anywhere, it is you have to claim your independence, right? This is like the high priestess in you knows what needs to happen. For others of you, as we say, this is new home. Some of you may be moving into a home of your own if you've been like living with family or with parents. Like it's like claiming your independence. This can also mean the cats, if you have cats, or if you watch them in nature, they're very independent. Okay, they don't like to be petted unless they're ready to be petted. They have very strong boundaries. Okay, so that's what when this card is showing up for you, the cat spirit is really asking you to set your boundaries well, and not let people like take advantage of you. And by advantage I mean like energetically. Okay, if you've been living in a very big group, in a family, you may feel like your energy gets sucked away, or a friend circle, or things at work where people have been like putting a lot of projects on you, and you just keep taking it. So there's time to like step up and just say like, I can't handle anymore, I can't juggle any more projects, so things like that. So just be you, just shine like you. Okay, that's what you're being called to do in the next 3 months, is like build healthy boundaries and take care of yourself. Self-care is important. Be flexible. Things are going to shift, or new information is going to come forward. Just be open, have a new attitude, but then also like make sure that whatever you're doing is because you want to do it. Okay, that's what the cat spirit is talking about. All right, so those are your messages. Hit the subscribe button if you made it so far. Share it with a friend or two, and I will see you in the next one. Wish you much love and light. Bye.